So here's a really frustrating and annoying thing that can happen. You're busting your ass 4 to 5 times a week, working really hard, and someone says to you, "Hey, do you work out?" I know for me, that's super frustrating because I want my hard work to show. So really what's happening here is that it's not a motivation issue and it's not a working hard issue, but it's a communication issue between what you're doing and how your body is responding to what you're doing. So I know a lot of you, they really want that sexy back. You want to look good in a tank top, or you want to look good in a sleeveless dress, and you're just not getting the results you want. And the reason why is because most likely you're practicing avoidance training instead of resistance training. That's the problem. So what we need to do is work on the communication. What we're going to do is we're going to go through 2 examples about how to poorly communicate the effort to the muscle, to the upper back muscles, and then how to effectively communicate the work to the upper back muscles. So we're going to see 2 examples of that, and I'm going to go through some of the ways to fix that problem. So in that example of what not to do, we're going to notice a couple of things. First and foremost, let's build it from the ground up. My feet are equidistant apart, which actually helps to enforce a swaying motion. So that essentially means a lot of times when I'm pulling back and the resistance kicks in, I'm in a compensatory movement. The other piece is that I'm retracting the scapula before the scapula is loaded. So I want to wait until the scapula is loaded and then bring everything open together so that the scapula is appropriately loaded. Third is that I'm letting my forearms beat my upper arm in the movement, meaning that my forearms are not in an advantageous position to help enforce the load of the scapula and the posterior delt. So when I do this exercise, I want to be more architecturally correct. So some of these things will help fix the problem of why you're not getting the result that you want. So here we have the example of being properly loaded. Understand, this is a tough communication. We're trying to get this load from our hands to communicate all the way behind us into those back muscles. So let's build it from the ground up. So instead of having that equidistant stance, I'm standing more in a kickstand type of stance. This helps anchor me to the ground and combat that compensatory swaying movement. Second, I'm retracting the scapula when I feel the muscles catch. So as soon as I feel them catch, that means I can start to bring everything together and put the appropriate amount of work on those rear delts, medial traps, and rhomboids. My rotator cuff is firing to stabilize. And second, I have to watch out for over contracting these forearm extensions, because I'll tell you what, any muscle that is closer to the weight you're holding wants to take over. So imagine that communication is real tough going from the hand right here. These muscles are super close. These muscles are far away. They want to do all the work. So we have to kind of trick ourselves. When we do these things, we move from avoidance training to resistance training, and we stay out of those compensatory movements.